You thought you witnessed just another chaotic Ferrari weekend, a swirl of botched strategies, missed opportunities, and the familiar frustration of Maranello's faithful, watching the red cars falter yet again. But beneath the uproar and the headlines, something seismic unfolded in the shadows of the paddock. There was no dramatic outburst, no public dressing down. Instead, Fred Vasseur, Ferrari's team principal, chose a single, stunning sentence delivered in calm, measured tones. The problem is not the car, it's the execution. In the clamor for answers, that quiet admission hit like a thunderclap, redirecting blame from technical flaws to the heart of Ferrari itself. What you saw was tire smoke and tension on the pit wall. What you missed was the precise instant Ferrari's crisis transformed, from a tale of machinery misfiring to a human drama of trust, leadership, and silent rebellion. This weekend was not just a stumble in the standings. It was an earthquake beneath the surface of Formula One's most legendary team. Ferrari's troubles have been simmering all season, with each race exposing another crack in the armor of the Scuderia's fabled operation. Throughout 2024, pit stop blunders, indecisive strategy calls, and crucial miscommunications have plagued the team, turning races that should have been podiums into bitter lessons. These aren't isolated mistakes. They're symptoms of an execution problem that no fresh upgrade or wind tunnel session can solve. After Montreal, the pressure valve burst. Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari's star acquisition for next year, publicly demanded a clearer vision and faster upgrades, his words echoing through the paddock and into every management meeting at Maranello. Hamilton's arrival was supposed to inject confidence, not add a new layer of expectation and scrutiny, yet it's his relentless push for change that's forced Vasseur's hand. By pointing to execution, not machinery, as the root of Ferrari's ills, Vasseur redirected the narrative with surgical precision. He called out a fundamental rot in the system, one not engineered out by spreadsheets or solved by software, but rooted in the people, communication, and leadership that define Ferrari's legacy. This subtle but seismic reframing signals a crossroads, not just for performance, but for the entire culture inside the team. Within Maranello's hallowed walls, execution has morphed into a loaded term, a polite euphemism masking deeper fractures behind Ferrari's polished red facade. What sounds like a neutral diagnosis is now code for missed messages, muddled authority, and a blame game waged in whispers, not headlines. Team members hear it and wonder, is it pit crews, strategists, or even drivers in the crosshairs? The effect is a creeping uncertainty, corroding unity at the heart of Ferrari's campaign. As Vasseur deflects attention from the car, divisions quietly deepen, the scent of accountability in the air but no names spoken aloud. In this climate, Lewis Hamilton's assertive demands for upgrades and tactical clarity have become lightning rods, highlighting the rift between past and future, continuity and disruption. His campaign is no longer just about pace or parts. It is a direct challenge to the team's established order, an open question about who truly leads. Charles Leclerc, once the undisputed center of Ferrari's hopes, now navigates a tense duality alongside Hamilton, whose presence alone redrafts the power map. As the language of execution becomes a smokescreen, internal alliances shift, hesitation grows, and a technical problem quietly mutates into a battle for control, a cold war that's far from silent inside the Scuderia. On track, Hamilton's message to Ferrari could not be clearer. In Canada, he turned a suboptimal setup and confusing tire choices into weapons of exposure, not excuses. Despite starting behind and wrestling with less favorable tire life than his rivals, Hamilton carved through the field with a precision that defied the limitations of the machinery beneath him. His aggressive overtakes, sector-perfect lap times, and relentless pace in critical phases spoke louder than any debrief. Each lap was calculated, a demonstration that racecraft and adaptability could erase gaps that strategy and engineering had left wide open. Data analysts saw it. In second stints where Leclerc wilted under tire degradation, Hamilton actually improved his deltas, pushing the team's narrow margins to their limits. These are not the actions of a driver passively awaiting solutions. Instead, it's an explicit public challenge to Ferrari's leadership, making clear that without urgent organizational change, their most valuable asset is willing to show the world where the true weaknesses lie. Inaction now comes with an unmistakable risk. Inside the team, the ripple effects of Vasseur's carefully chosen words are hard to ignore. By making execution the scapegoat, Vasseur has inadvertently exposed the fissures running through Ferrari's personnel. Engineers and strategists now find themselves caught between loyalty to the traditional hierarchy and the magnetic pull of Hamilton's restless ambition. Some quietly align behind Hamilton, drawn by his hunger for accountability and his willingness to disrupt the old order. Others remain loyal to Leclerc, anchoring themselves to continuity and a sense of stability in Maranello's constant tumult. This subtle polarization isn't just background noise, it's rewriting the team's DNA. What started as debates about tire strategy or pit stop timing has escalated into private alliances and silent rivalries, with crucial information and trust flowing along new and unpredictable fault lines. At its core, this is no longer merely a saga about car performance or operational details. Ferrari is grappling with a historic choice: to safeguard the system that has delivered legends, but also so many shortcomings, or to embrace the uncomfortable catalyst that is Hamilton, a force demanding not just technical changes, but a realignment of power and purpose. Now, Ferrari stands at a precipice unlike any it has faced in recent memory. The choice looming over Maranello is stark: preserve the sanctity of tradition and hierarchy, or risk burning old bridges in service of something truly transformative. If the team circles the wagons, defending processes and protecting reputations, they gamble with the future Hamilton represents. A future restless for evolution and courage, not just reverence and ritual. Yet embracing Hamilton's disruptive energy is no small ask. It means dismantling ingrained habits, redistributing authority, and likely dismantling elements of the political structure that have shielded the team from the raw honesty it now so desperately needs. The stakes are nothing less than Ferrari's soul, whether it will cling to legacy as a comforting relic or wield it as inspiration for genuine rebirth. Inside those red walls, every hesitation feeds the risk of irrelevance. Every protection of the status quo signals a retreat from greatness. Hamilton didn't join Ferrari to be a passenger in someone else's myth. His intent is to redefine what Ferrari stands for and who it serves. For the first time in decades, the team is being forced to answer a question it has long avoided. Will it find the resolve to evolve, or does it risk becoming a museum of past glories, haunted by the ghosts of lost opportunities? Every whispered briefing, every clipped response on the radio, every measured word from Vasseur is now a move in Ferrari's evolving battle for identity. Hamilton's presence transforms each moment into a test of direction. Will the team protect its old ways, or dare to follow a new standard set by its most uncompromising driver? The stakes are laid bare every race weekend, where silence can suggest as much as strategy, and a single statement can shift the balance of power. Hamilton refuses to play by survival rules. He is determined to force clarity, demanding not just better hardware, but a team that admits hard truths and acts with collective ambition. Within Maranello, resistance and hope exist side by side, with every faction watching, waiting, and wondering if the next decision will tip Ferrari toward rebirth or resignation. The season's true drama is now unfolding in the spaces between the spoken and the unsaid, with Ferrari's destiny hanging on which voice the team finds the courage to follow.